What is up guys, and well, there's another car coming. I'll wait till this passes. What is up guys, and welcome back to another LTC. So this video has been a long one coming. We're back with Paulie and the boosted Micra. So what's been happening since the last video? Paulie's engine had blew up. Everything had went everywhere. Everything was absolutely demolished. But today anyway, we have got Paulie to tell you what's been happening over the last year. As you can see, we're in the beautiful moors. So this bend that we're on now, we're going to catch him going on this bend a few times, and then we'll just have a little drive around the moors, catch what we can, and just show you guys what this car's all about again, and give you a little update. Right guys, so we're inside the car. Before we go out for a drive, as said, Paul's going to explain where he's been and where poor boosted Cassandra's been for the last year.
It's been a long time, you know. So last time you seen us, it was August 2018. Since then, so obviously the forged piston engine that I ran last time has blown up and thrown modern number 3.
Yeah.
Throughout the winter, I've sourced a spare engine, rebuilt that from the ground up, fitted it over the winter, December, January. I put everything back together, fired it up, ran sweet as a nut.
Yes.
Everything was going great until I discovered my old intercooler that I've run for the past 9 years has basically fractured all over the place. So that was no use, but I was short for time because I had track day coming up. So I did my best to seal up the holes with epoxy or plasticine or whatever means. But that obviously affected the intercooler, so it didn't cool as much. I did the track day, it ran fine in its boosted form, but because the intercooler wasn't working, the intake air was red hot and started knocking down the straights, and there's no knock protection in this management, so all that knocking basically cracked ringler number 3 as usual. It's very common.
Number 3,
always happens. So then drove that for a while, and then decided to replace piston number 3, and that was okay. Ran it for a bit, and then I found back in January I fitted a cheap fuel filter. Big mistake. Biggest mistake.
Get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, and that basically broke apart, sent all the debris into the fuel regulator, the injectors, and basically was causing it to lean out whenever I go on boost. And that again made number 1 crack the ring vent.
Number 1 is that.
Oh my god, it was frustrating to say the least. So new plan of action, grabbed a few spare engines. The engine was clean, the block and everything was rebuilt, so grabbed all the good bits from it, piston rings, pistons, and rebuilt it, which is what we have here. So this is a rebuilt engine with all the ring gaps correctly gapped. The turbo, on the other hand, what happened was when number 1 piston cracked its ringland, all the blow-by going through the engine had contaminated the turbo. Debris had went into the compressor wheel, so that chipped that bit off. So right now it's down at the turbo repair shop, awaiting how expensive it'll be. So in the meantime, this is running standard, naturally aspirated. So the engine's still the same. It's running a Jun ultralight flower wheel. The diff, this is a big thing as well. The diff that I've run for years, it almost snapped in half. Shocking. I took it out, and the bearing and the casing just fell apart. Because there was it looks like a defect, but there's a stress riser in the cover plate where they drilled holes, and that fractured all the way around over the years until popped off. So I have no LSD at the moment, but still runs. The suspension is still standard, BCV1 fully adjustable coilovers, all balanced. Exhaust I've redone, so it's a decat and all free flowing, you know, all nice and hunky-dory.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad as well. It sounds nice on the open roads there, do you know what I mean? It sounds nice, you can hear it coming, it's not too loud.
Yeah.
Nice little murmur, I like it.
So you see in a bit, because the turbo, the heavy turbo is not there anymore, the weight distribution has changed, so the front is no longer front heavy, and it doesn't understeer as much, it just turns in, darts into the corner.
Yeah.
Rather blast. Coupled with the response by running NA, there's no turbo lag.
Yeah.
And all the engine mounts and gear linkages have been refined, stiffened, so you feel vibrations.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Feel everything in the road.
And your butt.
Yeah, and your butt, yeah.
So it's very visceral experience, you know, especially if I rev it 5,000 to 7,000 RPM and revving the nuts off, and she shakes her asses, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Aye. So that's the story of where she's coming.
Where she's been and where she's come to now.
Yep, and where she's going. So eventually, the future news is while the turbo was being repaired, I'll get that soon with a heavy bill.
Pound size.
Yeah, pound size chain. Put that back in the engine, get the turbo up and running. But the biggest news is I have a new full standalone ECU, an Omex 600 standalone unit. So that will be installed, retuned from ground up on the dyno, and that hopefully, coupled with NOx sensors, air mass sensors, all a range of sensors on board with the standalone, will reduce the likelihood of detonation, and when things go wrong, you know, it has a contingency.
Yeah.
Whereas the problem I'm having at the moment is I'm running a Nissan daughter board on top of the standard Micra ECU, which is never meant for turbocharge. So when it runs fine, but when things go bad, like a fuel filter clogging or the injectors fouling or anything going wrong, and then it starts to detonate, the ECU has no idea, it just continues running till I blow the engine up. So fingers crossed, I'll get that done in time and we'll be up and running. Yeah, definitely.
So second video, we're hoping turbo.
Oh yes,
absolutely. We'll come back actually with the boosted Micra.
Yeah, onwards and upwards. You know,
onwards and upwards, absolutely.
What doesn't kill her makes her stronger. Is the saying.
Exactly.
So, cool.
Good old Cassandra.
She's my baby. You know.
Absolutely. Right, guys. So we'll head out on the road now. We'll get some nice shots. We're in the moors, guys. So sure we'll get some nice shots, some nice roads up here. Let's get on it.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Well, there we are, guys. There's the update on Paulie's not so boosted Micra no more, but will be boosted again. We know it will be. Hit the like button, guys. Comment below any questions you got, anything you got to say. We'll come back at you with this car. Shouldn't be too long. We won't leave it as long this time, I swear. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next one. Peace out. Take care.